Election day in Virginia, why does it matter to you? The issue of parents' involvement in schools became front and center because of a statement that Terry McAuliffe made in a debate. Now, I want to play the short clip first, and then I'll play the longer clip. But here's what the focus is of what he said.
I don't think parents should be telling schools what they should teach.
So you know it's not out of context. It's actually worse when you hear the whole thing.
Parents had to write to veto books, Glenn, not to be knowledgeable about it, also take them off the shelves. And I'm not going to let parents come into schools and actually take books out and make their own decision.
You vetoed it.
So, yeah, I stopped the bill that I don't think parents should be telling schools what they should teach.
Think about that for a moment. I don't think that parents should be telling schools what they should teach, which is precisely and exactly how our system is set up, Andy. Exactly how our system's set up.
We don't let the government dictate what is being taught in the schools without the intervention and influence and input of the parents. We don't do that. We never have done that. Local schools, local control.
That has been the attitude of the expert class in the United States for decades, and that attitude has not served the citizens or the students very, very well.
Michael Kinsley came up with a phrase. He said that's called a Kinsey gaffe, when a politician accidentally tells you what he really believes.
Yeah, but
it has alarmed people.
When you hear something like that, a statement like that, that's the kind of worry that people have across the country, which is someone will say, you as a parent shouldn't have any responsibility of what your kid learns in our school system. That's for our teachers to decide and our school board, even though they're elected by you. It doesn't matter.
Of course parents have a role in this, and saying they don't is absurd.
Parents will have choice in our public school system. We will not have a political philosophy in the classroom, and on day one, I will ban critical race theory from being in our schools.
Those are big statements. The contrast, of course, is parent involvement, critical race theory, Harry, which is you're writing a treatise on it, really. How big of an issue is that right now?
Voters have been electrified in part because the school boards have mishandled this particular issue. They have failed to admit what parents are able to see right in front of their own eyes, and they claim that they are not even teaching this, but they are nonetheless requiring parents who wish to view certain materials to do what? To sign a non-disclosure agreement. In other words, they will not reveal the information to others. What does that tell you? It tells you that critical race theory is indeed being taught.
I'm not going to let a parent come in and talk about books. Of course you are. I mean, they're not going to go into a library and take one down without proper authority.
That's right.
But they have to. The parents are the ones who elect the school board. So, of course, they're the ones that are going to have the influence.
Democrat voters in suburban areas, parents of children, Jay, they want to be involved in their students' education. They may not agree with all of the decisions that are being made, but one way or another, they want to have input, and that's what makes it so powerful.
I don't think parents should be telling the schools what they should be teaching their kids. I mean, Rick, I'm trying to figure out, we had a good caller on this. Who would agree with that position, right, left, or center?
I think our teachers are begging for more involvement from parents so that they don't have to be the ones who try to teach and educate and discipline for only the period of time you're in school, and then they go home and there's chaos because there's no leadership. Teachers have been very clear about wanting parents to be involved all the way through so that all of the responsibility doesn't fall on them. Everybody knows teachers that are good teachers.
Yes.
Who are not getting the support from the principal, from the unions.
What's interesting here is you have a Republican candidate that is polling dead even. I mean, it is maybe even a little bit ahead of Terry McAuliffe, who is, I think, Thann, it's fair to say, is a part of the Virginia political machine and national Democratic political machine for decades.
This is a state the Democrats should win. The last two races, they won by 9 and 10 points respectively. It's probably about a D+7 registration state. So it's a state that they really have to probably make a mistake to lose. Jay, this was a big mistake, though. And Terry McAuliffe doubled and tripled down on it afterwards. You know, I think Harry said maybe he accidentally said what he meant. Well, no, he tried to give softer language in the days to come. But then he essentially said this is what he he believes. Jay, the energy on the ground here is absolutely with Glenn Youngkin. Now, does it make up all 10 of those points? We'll find out hopefully tonight. But if you're asking me what it feels like to me that Glenn Youngkin is surging into the lead here.
It's a state race, but it does always had national implications, as Thann said, in part because it's surrounding Washington, D.C.
In the last 50 years, when the incumbent party has lost the U.S. House of Representatives, Virginia, their governor's election has predicted that would happen by who they elect, which party in Virginia.
1.1 million votes already cast. In 2017 in the governor's race, there were only 2.6 million votes cast. So we've already had a significant number in this race.
That probably does not bode for the Republican, I would think, right?
Yep. Probably 3-1 Democrat. Probably a 500,000 vote lead there.
If all of the votes were made tonight or today, I think it's clear that the Republican would win. But I think if we look at the data that Thann provides, he does have an uphill battle in terms of overcoming what is likely to be a Democrat lead.
Virginia has been blue for a little while, but it's like a soft blue. It's like a baby blue.
Bob McDonnell ran in 2009. I think he won by 17%.
Right. So it's not like all those people went away. But so you do have that opportunity. We'll see it tonight in Virginia. But again, you can't have that situation. You have someone say, we're not going to allow parents to influence what our kids learn. Well, I'm sorry, that's not how most people feel.